At least 7 buses with evacuated Ukrainian servicemen from Azovstal arrived in temporarily uncontrolled Olenivka by late evening. According to Reuters, escorted by Russian armored vehicles, they were transported to the former penal colony. More than 260 soldiers, including 53 wounded, were evacuated from Mariupol these days. The Russian State Duma has already started talking about the plans to prohibit the exchange of Azov members at the legislative level. The Ministry of Justice of the aggressor state asked the Supreme Court to recognize Azov as a terrorist organization. They even managed to schedule a hearing of this case for May 26. In turn, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense stated that negotiations on the operation to rescue Ukrainian servicemen continue, and such Kremlin statements are directed exceptionally towards the Russians.
This is a political statement calculated for internal propaganda and internal political processes in the Russian Federation. From our side, we can say that the negotiation process continues and the rescue operation itself is now underway.
Now is to save the Ukrainian military. The commander of the Azov regiment, Andriy Beletsky, said this in a video message. He asked to refrain from any comments on the rescue operation of the soldiers.
The main thing right now is not to harm the operation, to save the soldiers with your speculations, ideas or insights. So I have a big appeal to everyone who wants to share their thoughts about what is happening at Azovstal, or to those who have some secrets or insights and want to share these insights with the whole world. Keep them to yourself, just like your own thoughts.
Meanwhile, the information that the occupation authorities of Mariupol want to transfer the city into the hands of the Kadyrov's troops appeared, and the advisor to the mayor of Mariupol, Petro Andrushenko, said they even managed to hold a meeting.
Mariupol turned out to be too unfriendly and nationalistic. Therefore, in order to intimidate and suppress the resistance, it is planned to give the city to the Kadyrov's people with the port and the right of looting. Petro Andrushenko, advisor to the mayor of Mariupol.
The Russian occupiers do not stop terrorizing other Ukrainian cities by targeting them with missiles. 7 people were killed only in the Donetsk region. An enemy shell destroyed the construction of a building from the 5th to the 1st floor in Bakhmut. Rescuers found 1 man killed under the debris and a seriously wounded child.
There was a fire in the apartment building. It has now been taken under control. Rescue workers continue to remove the debris. We do not exclude that there may be people under it. Pavlo Kyrylenko, head of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration.
A missile also hit a plant in Bakhmut. Fortunately, there were no casualties. The enterprise was severely damaged. This plant was considered the pride of the region and one of the best projects to attract investment.
This is how the plant looks now. This is a crater from an enemy shell. The facility is destroyed. The private houses are destroyed.
The Russians also attacked a bus with evacuees in the Luhansk region. There were no casualties. 76 people were evacuated from the region. The main direction of heavy hostilities remained unchanged. These are Severodonetsk, Avdiivka, Liman, Bakhmut, Kurakhove and Kharkiv directions. The Russian occupiers also unsuccessfully tried to break through the border in the Sumy region. The Ukrainian military pushed back the enemy from Vuhledar and Velika Novosilka in the Donetsk region. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs gave optimistic forecast about the course of the war.
In late June and early July, the armed forces of Ukraine will launch a counter-offensive, and by late summer will have recaptured all the temporary occupied territories, including Donetsk and Luhansk. This will happen thanks to the weapons provided by our Western partners. Rostislav Smirnov, advisor to the Minister of Internal Affairs of Ukraine.
The enemy has now turned from offensive to defensive in almost all of the territories where combat is underway. According to Oleksiy Arestovich, advisor to the head of the Office of the President, the only areas where Russian troops are trying to advance are Luhansk and Izum directions. Reported by Roman Smoler, Alexander Belov, UATV News.